Hi guys, this is Aslam Khan here to teach you today chapter 7 prime entry books. It's been a long time I didn't put a video and I didn't update you regarding G.C.E O level, but no worries guys. As I promised you before this December, I'm going to upload all the videos. It's going to be chapter 1 to chapter 12 in your grade 11, and from chapter 1 to chapter 8 in your grade 11. Everything completely I'll be uploading. I have uploaded until chapter 6. You could anytime revise it, but please do not forget to subscribe my channel to learn with me more in future. So let's move on to the point we want to discuss, guys. It's prime entry books which we are going to start today, and I hope you guys can see the screen. I'm going to start with now. When you guys are learning with me, guys, I don't read unnecessary stuffs. I mean, I'm not saying that this book has unnecessary stuff, but I'm saying that I'm focusing only on the important areas. I will only teach you what will be much tested in paper rather than the other stuffs. I won't explain you guys because it will reduce your time and my time too. So let's start with this point, introduction to primary books. In this you need to understand what is primary books first of all. So let's move on to the point, what's primary books. The primary books are the books in which the transactions of a business are recorded at first according to the order in which each transaction had occurred by using a generally accepted method before recording them in ledger accounts. In simple terms, guys, if I say if you are having some sort of books to record all the transactions of a business, you will record in one particular place first. You know why we say this first? Whenever there's a transaction, there might be a receipt, there might be a voucher, any type of documents will be used. So when you are taking a document and recording it in a particular book, and you are recording it is for the first time, that's what we say prime entry books. So I hope you got this, what is the term prime entry books. So let's move on to the definition again, guys. It is the prime entry books that are, I mean, prime entry books are the books in which the transaction of a business are recorded. You see, guys, basic transactions are recorded at first, and they're saying each transaction had occurred by using a generally accepted method. Normally you can they are meaning generally accepted method. It's a way of measuring the money, so every transactions are in money terms, and it's very easy for you to calculate and record it in the books of accounts. So let's move on to the point, and you are recording after that into the ledger accounts. Then let's move on to the part. Again, I don't want you to read these things, okay, guys. If it is important, yeah, there's something important which I saw. Primary books are also named as journals, day books, subsidiary books. So in exams, if they say purchase day book or purchase subsidiary books, don't get confused, guys, or purchase journal. It's a part of primary book. So they can use any type of terms in exams. So in primary book, guys, you need to know for your syllabus there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 which they have given here. Okay, these are the primary books you need to remember for your knowledge. Yeah. So according to your syllabus, guys, they are given only 6 primary books, but I might teach you 2 more primary books which might be tested in your O-levels. First, we'll see these 6 primary books, and I'll teach you what are the 2 other books which will be much tested on your paper. So number 1 is cash book, guys. Cash book is the transaction related to receipt and payment of cash. So all your cash transaction should be recorded under cash book. Then the second thing is bank account. Transaction carried out through the bank current account. So all your bank transactions which you are carrying out, you should record it under bank account. And we move on to the next part, petty cash book. Petty cash book speaks about all your small transaction of a business. Maybe when a person comes into the business, he might need to have a cup of coffee. This type of small expenses, you should record it under petty cash book. Then the fourth one is purchase journal. Purchases of trades goods on credit. What I remind for all the students need to understand one particular thing, that when you are doing a cash transaction, do not record it as a part of purchase journal, because you should only record credit transaction under purchase journal. You should not record cash transactions, guys. So then when it comes to purchase journal, it always record all the purchases which you have made it on credit. Then sales journal speaks about all the transactions you have sold the goods on credit. All those transactions comes under sales journal. And the next part is other transaction. Any of the above transaction cannot be recorded in a particular place. We say it as, we should record it under general journal. So you need to understand one thing, guys. If you can record it in cash book, if you can record it in bank account, if you can record it in petty cash book, purchase journal, sales journal, and where you can't record, that particular area is known as general journal. So wherever you can't record, we say it as general journal place. So let's move on to the point we want to discuss. Yeah. So we have importance of prime entry books. Why a prime entry book is important most of the time. So let's directly move on to the point. Similar types of transaction of a period need to be classified and recorded. So cash transaction should be recorded in a cash book. Mean it's very easy for you to take the information whenever you want. That's what it means. Posting transaction to ledger becomes systematical and convenient after recording them in the prime entry book. So they're saying that you can easily record it on the ledger account, easily take that from the prime entry book from to the ledger account. So the way of recording is very easy because it is just from one place you can just move to another, because it's cash transaction, means you can directly take from cash book to cash transactions. That's easy, guys. The third thing is responsibility of preparing each prime entry book can be assigned distinctly to various individuals, and accordingly the business could minimize possible errors and frauds. All the type of transaction you can divide it and give it. That's what it says, that responsibility of preparing each prime entry book can be assigned distinctly to various individuals. So you can divide the work to different individuals and give them the work and ask them have they done the work properly or not. Then we move on. It is easy it is easy to maintain ledger because the totals of prime entry books are posted to the ledger, which minimizes the number of entries posted. So you are recording the total of the prime entry book, you are taking the total and you are transferring it to the ledger account. So that is minimizing the level of transaction which goes into ledger account. Or else if you record everything under ledger account like from the basement, it will take a lot of time for the accountant. So it will waste the time for the company also. And then the fifth point, it says that minimizes the occurrence of accounting errors, and it is easy to find out such as, for example, if there's a problem in sales, you can go to sales journal and find out the mistake. You don't want to take the whole primary books and waste your time. You can focus on one particular area. So these are the basic stuffs you need to know when it comes to primary books importance. As I said, guys, there are two more things which I didn't teach you. I'll be teaching those two type of accounts here. Now I want you guys to remember one thing: two more primary books. One we said as return inward book. Second one we said as return outward book. Just remember, guys, it's not that mandatory thing. So return inward, I can write here, guys. These are two primary books we can remember. This cannot be tested for exam most of the time, but they might ask what type of source document this type of books might be used. So if they ask in sometimes, that sometimes is something which we need to always believe, that will be some sort of thing which will be listed. So return inward means the goods sold are returned. So whatever you sell, it's coming inside the books of accounts. We said as return inward because it didn't match up with the expiry date. It didn't match up with maybe the quality they asked. So the things what they have expected, you have not given. So the sale you have made will be returned by the credit customer. Then the second thing you need to know, it's return outward. So return inward and return outward has also another name. So return inward is a sales return journal, or we said as return outward purchase return journal. So return outward, the goods are returned. So you are returning the goods from your business to outside. We say it as what? We say it as return outward. So you need to remember these two type of journals. Sometimes might be tested in your books of account. So let's move on to the next part, guys. Erasing my journals. I'm coming to page number 79. 79 we are done. 80. So now you might see here primary books and source documents. What are the primary books they have given here? Cash book. Source document is the document you use to issue these primary books. Let's see what are these type of primary books one by one. So when it comes to cash book, guys, you might be using receipt, payment voucher, things like that. So these are the things you need to know when it comes to cash book. Whenever you are receiving money in cash book, the receipt should be received when you're receiving money. Payment voucher is given whenever you make a cash payment. You should issue a payment voucher. So these should be recorded in the books of accounts. Again, when it comes to bank account, like when you are receiving the money, when you are depositing money in your bank account, you should have a deposit slip. Whenever you are making a payment, you should have a payment voucher. But you can also see from your bank statement. Bank statement is not what you prepare. It's sent by the bank towards you. So bank statement is also important. And then when it comes to check return notification, if there's any dishonored checks, those things are also very important to see is the bank account correctly recorded or not. Then the third thing is petty cash book. So they have given here petty cash payment voucher. So again, in your syllabus, it doesn't go deeper into petty cash book. So you just remember this. I can go to advanced level and explain those part. It's not important. So petty cash payment voucher, whenever you are you are making a payment from your cash book, you need to consider it as petty cash payment. Why is that? Because petty cash book is a short term expense book. So whenever you are issuing small payments, you should be recording petty cash payment voucher. Purchase journal should be recorded under purchase invoice. Which journal? Purchase journal should be recorded under purchase invoice. Every time you purchase, you will receive an invoice from your credit supplier. Sales journal, you should issue an invoice, sales invoice. And general journal, all other transactions where you can record in all the above 5 journals, you should record it under general journal. Then we move on to the next part, guys. Use of source documents. So why source documents? What might be the purpose why we use source document? We spoke about important, then uses. So it's two different, guys. Don't get confused in importance as well as sources. Let's see what are these reasons, guys. Number one, can be used as an initial document for a transaction. You can easily record from like you can understand which type of transaction is it. Then second thing is can be used as a written evidence of the transaction. So if anyone has purchased from you and they say like you made a sale and the credit customer is saying no, I never purchased from you. So then of course you can show this as an evidence and prove that they have purchased from you. Additional information on transactions can be obtained. So if you want like anything happen on the purchase or on sales, to know that you need to come back to the source document and you can assess where it went wrong. Can be used for recording transaction in the prime entry books. So you will be able to record these transactions easily in the prime entry books. Responsibility can be assigned to specific officer as it is authorized by that person. So you can understand who did the mistake. You can specifically move to that person and ask question if they have done a mistake and why you have done this mistake can be sorted when it comes to uses of source document. So I hope you guys understood this basic stuff. This is not that important, guys. Just remember these points. That's enough for your exams. Then we move on to page number. Yeah, I think that's all. Well, guys, that's all, guys. I have done your chapter. As you guys were asking from me to upload these videos, I'm uploading. As I said, I will not work into activities. If it is very important to work on activities, I will be working, guys. Let me see these activities which is important and I'll start doing. If it is important, if not, I'll not be doing, guys. As I say, activity one, don't waste time, guys. If you guys are doing, it's okay. Attempt from the knowledge what you have possessed, you can do this. Activity one. Activity two, list 6 items that are generally included in a source document. You can also do that, guys. List activity three, write example for transactions that are recorded in each of the following primary book. You can write petty cash transaction like a petty cash book. You can write, for example, this is a thing I need to teach you guys. Petty cash book you can write what type of small type of expenses like postage charges or stamp charges. These things can be written here. So I'll write this, guys, for your knowledge. So stamp charges, okay, or stationery. These things can be taken under petty cash book. Then when it comes to general journal, guys, the things which you can record it under sales journal, purchase journal, cash book, bank account, you can record here. So I will consider it as bad debt. Bad debt is where you can, like you might know what is bad debt, guys. A, a good has been sold to a customer and customer couldn't pay back that money. We say it as bad debt. And also other transactions like purchase of materials, purchase of machines, all this comes under all of the transaction purchase of, how do you say, no, rather than taking purchase of, rather than taking purchase of things, guys, I'll take some other example. One is bad debt. Second one, let me take it as we can also say, guys, like purchase of cash we can't take, purchase of bank also we can't take. So I can consider purchase of goods on credit also I can't take. Purchase of motor vehicle on credit. Now you might think, what is this sir saying that credit transaction should be done under purchase journal? Now how come he purchased a motor vehicle on credit under general journal? Now you need to understand one thing, guys. Purchase journal will record only the goods transaction which is purchased on credit. The transactions of motor vehicle which is purchased on credit cannot be a part of purchase journal. So purchase journal is recording only the goods which is purchased on credit. So general journal is recording other than what you can record in these few books, it will be recorded here, guys. Then we have the next part, sales journal. Sales journal you can write like this, it's a credit transaction, selling a product towards a credit customer, something like that you can write. Selling, yeah, it's an example they're asking, selling a good to a credit customer. Okay, so there's no example for this. So, or credit sales, you can write. It's better you can write credit sales. That's all you can do in this credit sales on of goods. Then bank account, you can have any transaction, guys, like direct remittance, bank charges, all these things comes under bank account, guys. So, check received, all these things can be taken under this. So, checks received, bank charges. Okay, so I will remind you all these things can come under what do you say, checks dishonored, checks issued, checks realized. You will learn this under bank reconciliation statement when it comes to bank account. Then when it comes to cash book, guys, everything which is related to cash transaction, you can record it here. Like even if you purchase a non-current asset cash transaction, you can record it. How do I record, guys, here? When it comes to cash book, you can like paying electricity bill. Okay, receiving cash sales can be considered. Then when it comes to purchase journal, only one thing, guys: purchasing goods on credit or purchasing, yeah, goods on credit. So this is what the examiner is requesting from you. So I have given you the basement of knowledge on what you need to learn on activity 3. So let's move on to activity 4. If it is hard, only I'll do. If it is easy, guys, I'll not touch it, guys. Then we move on to the next part, activity 4. It says that in the following table, column A shows the primary books and column B shows the source document. Match each in column A with column B. So now you might see here they have given cash book and they have given bank account. They have given petty cash book, purchase journal, sales journal, general journal. In this side, source document, purchase invoice, general journal voucher, debit note. As I said, guys, now there was something called return inward and return outward. I said they might test and they tested now. So when it comes to return inward, guys, return inward, you will be issuing credit note for return inward. For return outward, you will be issuing debit note, guys. So you need to remember, I don't want to go and deep and explain you guys these things because I can explain you why it is debit note, why it is credit note, but it is not in your textbook. Then why I should go deeper? Let's move on to the point. We need to study a easy way to start get an A, not making it complicated accounting. When you come to advanced level, wait, I'll teach you. No worries. Okay, so debit note and credit note is different. As I said, return inward is taking down credit note. When you return the products to outside, we say it as credit note. I mean debit note. So return outward, debit note, credit, yeah, debit note. But guys, don't get confused in debit note and credit note as I was a bit confused. So you need to be very concerned on what you're doing. Actually, credit note is about when you are getting the goods from the what do you say? When you are getting the goods from the debtors, then of course that debtors account will become credit because we are reducing the value of the account. That's what we say credit note. And return outward, you are returning the goods towards the supplier. In supplier's account, it will become a debit because you are the double entry is return outward account. Creditors account will become debit. So when you are making creditors account debit, we say it as debit note, guys. Again, it's not important for you to remember. Then it comes to this point, guys. Now let me see which is like cash book. What is related to cash book? Receipt is related to cash book. So I'll underline, guys, with you. So cash book has receipt. So bank account should have deposit slips. Do we have deposit slips? So I'll take this. Petty cash book, you have petty cash payment vouchers. Then purchase journal, you have purchase invoice. Then sales journal, you have sales invoice. General journal, you have general voucher. So as I said, debit note relates to return outward, and credit note is related to return inward. So I have given you a complete explanation of what you need to learn, guys. Please subscribe my channel, learn with me in future. Chapter 8 will be uploaded soon. Give me some time, guys. I'm packed with a lot of classes. So much of busy. I'm not teaching only national. I'm teaching Cambridge. I'm teaching many more exams that I don't want to say. If you guys wanted to join with me classes, you can see the details below this video, guys. See you guys on another video. Please do not forget to subscribe my channel to learn with me in future.